You want to live a life of purpose. You long to feel fulfilled in all you do. And of course, your ultimate desire is to hear those wonderful words, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." But why is it that some Christians try everything to find their calling and still feel purposeless, while others seem to just fall into it and flourish? Well, from my experience, I've noticed patterns that cause Christians to find significance in life without selling their soul. And sadly, they're the things that most Christians are doing wrong. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the 4 purpose-wrecking mistakes to avoid at all cost and how to fix them so you can stop fretting and start stepping into the calling God has for you. Let's look at the first mistake, which I can simply demonstrate to you in bananas. This banana is the life you're living now and what you hold dear. And this bunch of bananas is the life that God has for you. And did you know that one of the most common ways to trap a monkey is to place a banana in a cage that the monkey grabs hold of that banana, and because he won't let go of it, he can't pull his hand out of the trap. If he would simply let go, he could easily slip his hand out and be free. Free to grab all of the other bananas that are within his reach that don't have a trap attached to them. And our unwillingness to let go of the banana indicates a life that isn't truly submitted to the Lord. You see, a truly surrendered Christian will give over his or her banana, his will, to the Lord and allow him to do whatever he wants. And if you find yourself fretting and frustrated, it's likely because you're holding on to something and not trusting his sovereignty. Now, the next mistake is one that I made about 12 years ago and wasted 11 months of my life. And it's a big problem because I feel that so many Christians feel pressured into doing this. So let's explore that. I'm going to start by how I wasted 11 months of my life. And my journey to purpose started with a desire to help God's people grow in faith. But I had no idea how to express it. So the problem came in when I tried to model myself after others. In other words, I was trying to be someone else. I let others convince me that soft and sweet was the way to be. I let others convince me that staying on the safe road was the way to reach people. And I let others convince me that I needed to be like so-and-so over there. The truth is, I'm not really sweet, definitely not soft. I hate playing it safe, and it is way too much work to be anyone other than myself. But I thought that it was a good idea to take the well-meaning but dead wrong advice of others instead of consulting with my manufacturer. That's God, by the way, in case you didn't catch that. And all that time that I spent struggling and striving to be something else, when all I needed to do was to operate in my God-given temperament and flow in my God-given gifts, what a concept. So whatever you do, stay in your lane. It is going to be the only way that you're going to be able to finish your race. Step out in faith frequently, and for the love of all things purpose, pray. Because without prayer, you become a target for the enemy's counterfeit. Now, the next one is the biggest I see, and I fell into this myself too. The best way to describe this is to tell you what happened to me when I first stepped out as a Christian coach. And my job was to help people to discover their God-given purpose, but session after session, I would meet people who were bent on finding the right career choice. And because I wanted to see them happy and successful and not frustrated with me, I ended up walking that road with them. And many found alternative careers, but it didn't mean that they were living a life of purpose. Heck, most of them didn't even step out into that career, much less find purpose. And since those initial encounters, I've recognized that there are really 2 types of Christians. Those who long to find purpose and those who believe career means purpose. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with being in a career you love, but it doesn't mean that you're living your life purpose. Most people who are walking in their God-given calling have very little emotional attachment to how they earn money for a living. I mean, take the Apostle Paul, for example. In some cases, he was supported by those he ministered to, and in other times, he made tents to earn money. Because the truth is, your career isn't your purpose. Yes, it can be an extension or an expression of your greater purpose, but it isn't the reason that God created you. So before you go down this purpose journey, make sure you don't mistakenly get off at the exit marked career path, because you will have missed the point of purpose. And speaking of missing your purpose, a big mistake that I see Christians make is they wait for a sign. They stay stalled in a purposeless life because they're waiting for God to send them their neon sign moment or give them a spiritual clunk in the head. The problem with many Christians is even if they do get that sign, they don't act on it. Can God show up in great signs and wonders? Of course he can. He's God. But this isn't often how he's going to operate. Oftentimes, he looks to take us on a purpose journey, and the journey itself turns out to be more purposeful than the destination. My friend, if you're feeling stuck and wondering, what does God want me to do with my life? Maybe the first step that you need to take is to the side and let him lead the way. Your job is to glorify him in whatever you're doing in life and wherever you are in life. So go ahead and watch this video next for the 3 signs that God's calling you to a higher level. And if you want to action something today that will begin to help you uncover your God-given purpose, I want to encourage you to grab a copy of our free Uncover Your God-Given Purpose guide. It is my free gift to you. I will go ahead and include a link in the description section below.